Social media, positive or negative for society? Research gathered by research group Data Reportal shows that social media users spend an average of 2 hours and 29 minutes on social media sites each day. That's over 17 hours a week, 74 hours a month, or 37 days a year spent on social media, 1/12 of an individual's life. And that's just the average. There are studies that show that many people are spending way more time than that on social media each and every single day. The same research shows that 59% of the entire world population is currently using social media, and over 75% of individuals 13 years or older are using social media. Anything that uses this much of our time should be critically evaluated. And anything that takes up this much of our time is bound to have lasting effects on us as individuals and on us as a society. The use of social media is prevalent in our society today. And while it's true that there are positives associated with social media, these positives do not even come close to outweighing the negative impact that social media is having on society today. Recent studies supported by the National Center for Health Research suggest that individuals who often use social media feel more depressed and discontent with life than individuals who do more non-screen related activities. And I personally have noticed this myself. I've seen this correlation between my happiness and how much I participate in social media. So we're going to look at social media and its impacts on, its negative impacts on us as individuals and us as a society. So the question is, why do individuals spend so much time on social media if it's causing them to feel depressed or less content with life? And this is a complex issue, but it's simple to understand. And the fact of the matter is, social media is addictive. And there are actual addiction recovery programs. There are rehabs designed specifically for social media addiction because people know now that it is that addictive. An article supported by addiction specialist Dr. Ashish Bhatt explains that social media platforms such as Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram produce the same neurocircuitry that is caused by gambling and recreational drugs to keep consumers using their products as much as possible. Say that a little more clearly and easier to understand, Stanford psychiatrist Anna Lembke says that social connection has become drugified by social media apps, making us vulnerable to compulsive overconsumption. These apps can cause the release of large amounts of dopamine into our brain's reward pathway all at once, just like heroin or meth or alcohol. So social media is having an effect just like drugs and alcohol does on the brain, releasing a chemical that makes us want to return for more. It's making people addicted. The former Facebook president, Sean Parker, has even been open about this topic. In one news interview, he said that the intention of Facebook is to actually be a social validation feedback loop. He said it's exactly the kind of thing a hacker like myself would come up with, a little dopamine hit encouraging them to come back again. He went on to say that it literally changes your relationship with society and with each other. And he went on to say a very scary statement. He said, God only knows what it's doing to our children's brains. Social media sites such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, they're addictive. They've got algorithms programmed and designed to keep users returning often. Thanks to current research, we can respond to Sean Parker's statement. He says, God only knows what we're doing to the brains of our children, but thanks to current studies, we have more of an understanding now of what social media is doing to the brains of not only children, but adults. We see now how it's negatively impacting the brains of those who use social media regularly. Social media is negatively impacting our mental health. In September 2006, Facebook became available to anyone over 13 to use and has grown continually since. According to data from the CDC, the suicide rate among 10 to 24-year-olds was stable between the year 2000 and the year 2007. It then increased 57% between 2007 and 2017. So Facebook goes live to everyone over 13 the end of 2006, 2007, and the suicide rate starts to climb drastically in the year 2007 as well. This parallel trend and correlation has been the spark for many current studies on the impact of social media on our mental health. After Facebook was being used at the college-wide level, around the same time, another study was done, and researchers also found a sizable increase in the total number of students who reported severe depression and anxiety disorders. Research shows that one big reason for this increase in depression and anxiety is how social media leads users to compare themselves to others. An article put out by Harvard affiliate McLean Hospital explains that people tend to make comparisons such as, did I get as many likes as someone? Or why didn't this person like my post, but they like this other person's post? So people are searching for validation on the internet through social media. Social media is changing how we see our identity. People are attaching self-worth to what others think about them. People are quantifying their value and finding their self-worth in how many likes or how many comments they're getting on their posts. And when people see others receiving more likes and comments, it causes them to feel less valuable, to feel worthless. You can see how living in such a way would lead to depression and anxiety. Social media is addictive, and people are becoming more and more obsessed with social media because it's becoming more and more addictive. Social media is having a negative impact on the mental health of individuals around the world. While social media has its positives, the positives do not outweigh the negatives. The reality is that unfortunately, though, social media is not going anywhere. And due to this, it's vital that we limit use and we use it wisely. Social media, as it is currently being used, is destroying the lives of individuals and therefore destroying a society, creating a society that is more depressed, anxious, and stressed than ever before. And it will only get worse if nothing is done about it.